So to start off this neck taper, what we're going to do is grab our 2-guard and we're going to come in and scoop out. And what this process is called is debulking. Now the reason you want to do this, especially with clients that come in after not being in the chair for a while, is because it gives you a nice clean canvas to work with, so that way you don't have to cut through too much hair. And I'm scooping out because I want to maintain the length at the top of the taper. So now we're going to come in with our bald line and establish that. And I'm starting in the middle and I'm just going straight across. There's no need to really round this guideline out because the neck naturally will round out that line for you. So now I'm using my trimmer to bald out the bottom. And you want to make sure to let the weight of the trimmer do the work because you don't want to cause any unnecessary irritation from pressing down too hard. Now we're going to come in lever open on our clipper and we're going to go up about a ½ inch above that bald line, or as I like to say, a finger's width. And we're still going to go straight across. Now for the line in between, it was very faint on this hair texture. So what I'm going to do to get rid of it is I'm just going to come in close and open it little by little. But it'll be fairly simple on his hair texture to get rid of that line. Now we're going to grab our 1-guard with the lever open and we're going to do the same exact thing, going up that ½ inch straight across. And you can see from this angle, every time I set in a guideline, I'm not setting it in too harshly. You see me flicking off of the head. And what I did right under that one open is close that 1-guard to lighten up the line in between. Now we're going to go back to our 2-guard open because before we were just debulking. I didn't want to take it up too high. But as we started to taper, I realized I need to take it up a little bit higher. So I have my lever all the way open and we're coming in and scooping out. We're not trying to create a guideline here. We want it to kind of seamlessly blend into the length that he has. And then after this step, we're going to blend down with our 1½ open. And then we'll close that lever little by little until we get that line completely blended. So I'm just continuing to work with that 1½, starting off open, then I'll close it little by little. And now to blend into that weight in the back a little better, I'm going to do some clipper over comb, and all I'm doing is using the comb as a guard. So I'm coming in and flaring out, and then any hair sticking out of the comb, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of. And that taper is looking super clean, so we're going to move on to a side taper. So for the side taper, we're following the same exact system where we're going to debulk it first with our 2-guard and then get into the bald line. So I'm coming in with that 2 and flaring out, being careful to not take it too high. And this is going to be a high taper, so I'm establishing my line where the ear kind of connects to the head and where the top of the arch would be. And when I say arch, I just mean the part of the hairline that kind of curves, or people like to get the round. I like to go ahead and blend that out with my high tapers. And the reason I chose to blend it out on this client specifically is, I don't know if you can tell, but his hairline isn't the fullest and that area wasn't as dense either. So I just thought a high taper would suit this client best and really bring out, you know, the red and the texture that he wants on top. So now after we use the shaver, I'm going to come in lever all the way open and we're going to go up about a finger's width. And again, like I said, same exact system, going up ½ inch, getting rid of the line, ½ inch again, getting rid of the line until we get this taper completely knocked out. So I'm getting rid of the line in between the bald and open with my clipper closed, and then I'm opening up that lever little by little, and you can see it pretty much got rid of it. So now we're going to move on to our 1-guard open, doing the same exact thing. And this side definitely gave me more trouble for the simple fact that he has a piercing. I don't know what exact piercing that's called, but I know that when clients come in and they have this, it is definitely a hassle to taper around the ear and line up behind it as well. But I'm going to show you in this video exactly how to tackle that. So you'll notice at some moments I pull the ear to the side just like I'm doing here. And that's just to get the top of that piercing out of the way to go ahead and get this blended. And you'll notice I'm combing the hair pretty often, and the reason I want to do that is because, especially with like black hair texture, when you cut against the grain of the hair, it kind of lifts it up. So in order to make sure that I get a clean, seamless blend, I want to comb the hairs back down in place and reblend it. Now I'm doing some clipper over comb to blend into that bulk. And step by step, this taper is coming together. And I'm just trying to make this taper as detailed as possible. So that's why you see me doing more clipper over comb. In a moment here, I'm going to do some thinning shear over comb. And it's going to be a lot easier to detail this taper once I actually get it lined up. Because for some reason, when you line the hair up, it brings out the exact imperfections that you need to go back and touch up. But the thinning shear over comb is going to go ahead and get rid of some of those dark spots. And now let's get into the nape lineup. So for the nape lineup, especially when people have a lot of hair around the ear, what I like to do is taper that area down just slightly, so that way the line on it will last a lot longer and look cleaner. So I'm tapering that down with the 1.5, going with the grain. Now I'm going to comb those hairs down and get right into it. So right here you can see I'm kind of holding the ear out of the way so my trimmer can, actually line up the area I want to. And then I'm going to fold it down just slightly. So I'm going to start at the top, and then I'm going to go to the bottom of the neck and meet those 2 points in the middle. So for clients who have this piercing, listen, especially when it's fresh, it's a lot harder to bend the ear because it hurts them. But since he's had it for a while, it doesn't. But if you have that earring, be sure to take it out before you get a haircut if you can. It'll make the barber's job a lot easier. But as you can see, that neck lineup brought out the neck taper a lot. Now we're going to get into the taper on the other side. And this is the same exact system, same exact process. This side in the tapering process was a lot easier than the other side was. For some reason, every client has a side that comes out cleaner and is easier. And in this scenario, it was his left side. But I want to take these next few moments to talk to you guys about Dre Clipper Hands Academy, which is going to be dropping very soon. I'm super excited to bring it to you guys. I've been working on it for a while. And the reason being is because you guys always ask questions tailored to your barber career, right? And the thing is, with YouTube, I can't really make content on every specific thing because my content also has to be entertaining and something that people are going to watch, right? So I'm limited as to what I can make if I wanted to perform well. So my online course, or my online academy, is going to be teaching haircuts at a whole nother level, right? I've been teaching haircuts on YouTube for years, but my online academy is going to be more in depth. It'll be full-length haircuts with no cuts, no edits, just raw handling issues throughout the haircut in real time, which I think is going to benefit you guys as well, because a lot of times when we speed up haircuts on YouTube in 15 minutes, it gives an unrealistic expectation on what it took to get that final result. But with the online academy, it'll be straight through. You guys will be doing the haircut with me, and I'm explaining as I do it. And then as well, I'm going to teach you guys how to build clientele, which has to be one of the most popular questions you guys ask me. How to market yourself on social media, what enhancements do I use, how to apply enhancements, and all of the above. This online academy is going to be applicable to every person, no matter what stage in their barber career they are at. But if you guys want to go to that next level and are interested in joining or purchasing Dre Clipper Hands Academy, go ahead into the link in the description, press Dre Clipper Hands Academy link and enter your email, and you'll be the first notified when it drops. I think it'll be very beneficial to you and your career. So again, Dre Clipper Hands Academy coming soon. Be on the lookout. You will not regret it, I promise. So now we're finishing off his left taper with some clipper over comb. And as you can see, it came out super clean. Now we're just detailing with that one guard. We're going to do some clipper over comb. Make sure that we get everything as blurry as possible. And I also have some Dre Clipper Hands shirts available as well. Link in the description if you want to purchase those. We're almost out, so if you want to snatch it up before they're gone, link in the description, and let's go ahead and get you right. But so far so good. This cut is coming together. I think the red with the taper, with the lineup and the enhancements, is about to go crazy. Now after we complete the taper, we're gonna line up his nape just like we did with the other side. So I'm coming in with my 1.5 closed, and I'm tapering right at the hairline, trying to get those hairs nice and laid down. Now I want to comb those hairs down. We're gonna freehand some out the way. I just want to get this area as clean as possible to prep it for when we want to give them that nice clean line. So I started at the top of the ear, and now I'm gonna go to the bottom and connect those 2 points in the middle. And it's really gonna make that taper pop and bring everything together. This is honestly one of my most favorite parts of the haircut, is when you can see what the neck taper does after the line. Super clean. So like I said, after you line up an area, it's a lot easier to detail certain spots because the lineup acts as the framework to everything. So it brings out imperfections that you might need to go back and detail. So now we're going to get into the front lineup. And for the front lineup, I want to taper those hairs down in the front to 1.5 with the grain. And I'm using a 1.5 because I want to keep those hairs dark. Now we're going to use some alcohol with some hairspray to go ahead and lock that hairline in place, so it is able to catch a nice clean line. And now we're going to use the blow dryer with the cool setting so we don't cause our client to sweat and dry that area. And now let's get into the lineup. So for the lineup, I want to start in the middle and work towards his left. I want to keep this as natural as possible, while at the same time getting it as sharp and as crispy as possible. One thing I wish this client would have did before they dyed their hair is separate that front hairline from the color. Reason being is because I think the red on his already light hairline makes it look even thinner. That's what I would have suggested, but you can see after we line it up, it looks a lot denser, it looks a lot fuller, and this thing is coming together. And now we go into the other side, and I already lined this up. I thought I recorded it, but I didn't. But we just brought that line straight across. And after we get that hairline nice and crispy naturally, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in with our enhancements, which is Kiss Express and alcohol mix. And now we're gonna use our enhancement card and spray it on lightly, then darken it up as needed. And you're gonna see after the enhancements, this haircut goes to a whole nother level. Taper pops, hairline pops, but I'm spraying it on and then darkening it up as needed. And this is a dark brown, and for some reason it blends into that dark red perfectly. It doesn't look like black and then red. It kind of looks like a dark brown blending into a nice, dark red. But as you can see, the lineup's looking a lot fuller, a lot denser, especially at this angle. Now we're putting the cherry on top with the razor, and you want to make sure to stretch the skin in the opposite direction of which you're using the razor, so that way you don't cut the client or nick them. Now we're going to go to the other side and do the same thing, and you can see how the enhancement just kind of blends in. It doesn't look super fake, which is never the goal. You don't want this to look sprayed on, look painted on. And this razor is just putting the details on it, getting rid of all those little hairs. And now we're going to shape up the top. So for the top, he is growing it out because he wants to get twist. So what we're going to do is just even it out, freehand it. Use some scissors, get it a little more even, and then we'll sponge it back up. So again, the goal here is not to take off a lot of length. It is just to even out the long spots. And I have my clipper closed here. I'm trying to maintain that round shape. For some reason, client's hair grows at different speeds, right? So the top grows a lot faster than his sides, which is why it looks so much shorter. So it's gonna just be a game of making sure that the sides match the top. Now we're gonna do some scissors, and scissors is a lot more detailed than the clippers. The clippers is just to get the bulk off. The scissors is to really get in there and even out those exact spots. That's my choice of freehanding of trimming a fro is always scissors. And now we're gonna dampen the hair, and we're gonna use some oil sheen, so go ahead and give it a good smell, a good shine. And we're gonna sponge his hair back up, bring out that texture. And I like to use the racket instead of the sponge because the sponge isn't as sanitary, right? As a barber, you use it on a lot of people and you can't really clean it, but with the racket, you just put it underwater, spray it down, and we're good to go. I don't know if y'all remember how we came in. He was looking lost, but we went ahead and got found. So we got my man together with a nice high taper, evened out the top. Listen, family, if this video helped you in any way, shape, or form, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And drop a comment down below. And Dre Clipper Hands Academy coming very soon. Go ahead and sign up. Link in the description. What up, Will?
What up, Dre?
Good morning.
What's going on, man?
Good, good. Hey, what up, Zay? Alright, bro. I'm ready for you. Man, Zay, you alright, bro?
I just ain't feeling it, bro.
Don't worry, bro. I got something for you. Check this out.
What's this supposed to do for me?
Bro, trust me. Just put it on. Man, bro, so how you feel?
I ain't gonna lie, I feel good. I'm ready to cut.
Go ahead and take this walk in.
Let's get it.
I see that shirt you got on, man.
Yeah, man, I was having a rough day, but definitely switched the mood up.
All right, then.
Dang, Zay, that haircut fire, bro.
Thank you, bro.
So how'd it feel?
Man, felt amazing.
Yeah, you know I got you, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, bro. Can I get one of those?